Big bumbo class me for butting on me head. A sexy gal say she want to give me head. When me fuck pussy turn red. Gymnastic.
So if you know Sukuna and you watched the show and you've read the manga, then you probably know this is gonna be a long video. But I try to highlight specifically what I would think are the craziest and most disrespectful moments that he's had in the series, and we're gonna have a couple here. You feel me? This video might give you PTSD. I ain't gonna lie. So strap in, strap on, pause, and into the video. You feel me?
It's Sukuna. Who is Sukuna? Who is this loser?
First example that we get in the series from season 1 of Sukuna really showing his true colors is when he gets hold of Yuji's body in chapter 8, and we see the first encounter with a quote-unquote special grade curse spirit. You feel me? Special grade, because of fucking first season, and we gonna see there's levels to this shit, but obviously this nigga's quote-unquote special grade. And I mean, Sukuna just proceeds to bitch the fuck out of this nigga, bro. He says, "You can do better than that, can't you?" And he just slaps him the fuck around. This is wild disrespectful right here. Easily his first most iconic disrespectful moment, where he just hops on screen and he starts casually bitching this special grade curse that Yuji damn near got vaporized fighting. Chapter 27, we see Yuji and Mahito having an altercation that is a result of him turning Junpei into a fucking pack just for fun. You feel me? And in this specific scene, this moment that I want to highlight, Yuji is asking Sukuna, please, can you please change this nigga back? Can you change the composition of his soul? Can you save Junpei? And he just says no, and he proceeds to laugh in this nigga face. So boom, skipping ahead a few chapters. Chapter 112, we actually got to see animated live, and we got one of the most iconic Sukuna scenes, bro. I mean, my god. Chapter 112, bro, where Sukuna is fed a mass amount of fingers all at once, and he essentially controls Yuji's body for an extended period of time. And the very first thing that he does is he proceeds to turn Mimiko and Nanako into fucking jello. I mean, my god. He turned that bitch into air freshener, into mist, a bloody mist. You feel me? Perfume, cursed bitch flavored perfume. I mean, my god, disrespectful. 115. This is the chapter where Sukuna bitches the fuck out of Jogo for a couple panels, bro. I think 2 chapters at least. It's about 2 chapters where he completely bitches Jogo. And my god, I really do think that Jogo has had some of the worst treatment in the series, because he keeps getting put up against the 2 strongest niggas in the verse. So everyone just thinks that Jogo's a bitch. But we saw what Jogo did when he was going up against regular niggas. He turned multiple niggas into a pack damn near effortlessly. You feel me? So I will say that Jogo, he stood on business when he had the chance, but my god, he got some fucking disrespect, and he got some fucking horrible treatment from the series, because he consistently got put up against the 2 strongest niggas. And now everyone just think you a bitch because you got put up against the 2 strongest niggas. And also, another one of the most disrespectful moments in the series. Can you imagine, right? You're not even in the upper echelons of the verse. You're just a grade 2 sorcerer, grade 3 sorcerer. You feel me? And all of a sudden, this nigga pops up and he decides to play fucking red light, green light with your fucking life. I mean, if this wasn't disrespectful, then I don't know what is. So boom. And after turning Jogo into an absolute pack, this nigga proceeds to turn Shibuya into a fucking booty hole, bro. Chapter 213 is a chapter that Yuji gets finessed, bro. And Sukuna changes from his vessel in Yuji to his vessel in Megumi. And Can you imagine the first thing that happens when you get tricked out of your situation is for you to get blitzed off the rip? This was disrespectful as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. This panel right here, where the first thing he did, I mean, my God, he must have been waiting I mean, the first thing that you do when you get a new body is you blitz this nigga. I know for a fact that Sukuna could not wait to punch this nigga the fuck out, bro. You can't tell me that he wasn't waiting to fuck this nigga up, man. My God, I know this was sweet redemption for Sukuna right here, bro. So boom, chapter 213. As soon as he blitz Yuji, that's the first thing right there. And then the next thing that we want to look at, bro, is in the same chapter 213, we see Hanarusu, or whatever the fuck her name is, you feel me, Angel, popping up to try and save Megumi. Okay, now if you don't know, Hanarusu is a host to Angel. She is a, I guess, sorcerer who has connections to Sukuna from the Heian era. Okay, and unfortunately for Angel, Hanarusu is Megumi #1 fan club, #1 simp, you feel me, biggest fan type shit. So guess what, it just took Sukuna using a little bit of that goddamn fucking Fushiguro Riz to trick this bitch into coming down and laying her guard down. And my God, I don't know if this bitch tastes like fucking barbecue chicken or what, but this nigga look hungry as shit, boy. He takes the biggest bite out of her body and sends her fucking flying, nigga. Word. So boom, after blitzing this nigga, giving Hanarusu PTSD, he then proceeds to, when he's leaving with Uraume on his summon, Nue, just laugh in this nigga face and call him essentially like, he's like, look at him. Don't that nigga look funny? Don't that nigga look funny? I mean, my God, bro. You literally just fucking traumatized the fuck out of this nigga. He's losing his best friend in the series. Damn near lost everybody already. My God. Disrespectful. Simply disrespectful. Moving on to chapter 216. This is shortly after Sukuna has drowned out Megumi's body and he's re-entered the Culling Games, and he comes across one of the Culling Games participants. You feel me? First victim, Ryu Ishigori. Man, this nigga put up a decent fight with Yuta, and we actually thought that, you know, he was a decent powerhouse up until Sukuna showed face, and he proceeds to one-shot this nigga, bro. One shot, easily. This is disrespect. Moving on to chapter 219, where we see Yorozu and Sukuna. This is shortly after he has shattered her domain, the perfect sphere or whatever that domain is, you feel me? And she is laying down dying. He's saying to her that your curse ability is always the same thing. It's either going to be the insects or the liquid metal. Either way, I've adapted to it. To which she says, wow, I realized that you knew me so well. That makes me so happy. So she's trying to, in her fucking convoluted headspace, him saying that is to her him saying or indicating that he took the time to learn something about her and he knew her on a deeper level. When you see this nigga's face when she says that, you can clearly tell that this nigga don't give a goddamn flying fuck about her and about knowing her on a deeper level. I'm not gonna lie. The bitch is delusional, like a lot of you bitches these days. Let's talk about it. Now, I will say this. The chapters of JJK where I really thought that I was gonna be getting the most disrespectful moments from Sukuna, I actually got the least. I was looking to get, I don't know why, but I was really in my headspace when I was gonna do this video. I thought to myself, yo, that Gojo versus Sukuna fight is gonna have a bunch of disrespectful moments where this nigga is just talking his shit. But when you really go back and you assess that fight, you're gonna realize that they're both standing on fucking business. They're both talking their shit. And I don't think that you can say that Sukuna is bitching Gojo or really disrespecting him in any regards, because they're both disrespecting the fuck out of each other. And I don't think that you can really count what happened to Gojo as being disrespected. In fact, towards the end of the Sukuna versus Gojo fight, he actually goes out of his way to acknowledge that nigga and say, yo, you did well. So I really would argue that that's just, it's just honest, good hands, bro. And they were both bitching each other, and it was honest, good hands. So boom, chapter 253, we see him and Maki going head to head. And this is the chapter where Sukuna gave Maki a fucking black flash. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Juice, this isn't that disrespectful, nigga. He treats everybody the same. He give Maki a black flash. He give my fucking granny a black flash. What is special is that the day that he gave Maki a black flash, it was National Women's Day, nigga. Sukuna giving Maki a black flash on National Women's Day is peak disrespect. I don't give a fuck what no one says. That nigga don't give a fuck. So boom. Moving on from that chapter where he black flashes Maki, we start to notice a pattern. We start to notice the downfall of Monk significantly. Okay? After chapter 253 with Maki, we start to notice the gradual downcline or decline of Sukuna, and rightfully so, because this nigga had to go fucking eventually. This is a video that goes from the starting to the end of the series, you feel me? So I do have to guide them, give some input on that. That shit feel rushed as fuck, bro. It feels rushed as fuck, and the ending felt rushed. But whether or not the series was rushed, one thing that we cannot deny was that from the very first time that we saw Sukuna on screen to the very end of the series, we were treated to probably one of the most disrespectful niggas in anime. I'm not gonna hold you.
Baby, you can't get this dick cause you gon' fall in love. Baby, you can't get my trust. She said I ain't shit until I run it off. So I've been under